measure? What's your poison? What's your pleasure?
Hi everyone, in today's video I have this makeup look right here, which was inspired by Ashley Graham at the Vanity Fair Oscars Party this year. As you can probably tell from the title below, I just saw her makeup on a Cosmopolitan article and I really liked it. I thought it was really striking. I want to do something similar. Obviously the green on my eyes is a lot more brighter than her look and it isn't so like straight, but I am going to work later, so I wanted to make it a little bit more wearable. So I really hope you will enjoy this tutorial. If you want to see how I created this makeup look, then please carry on watching and I shall show you how. So I've got a picture of Ashley Graham up on my screen, which I'm referencing when I'm like being inspired by this makeup look. I'm not going to do it as sharp as she did, just because I'm going to work later, so I want to make it a little bit more wearable. But the first shade I'm going to go in with is this one right here from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the shade Burnt Orange, and I'll be taking this on my Sigma E40 tapered blending brush. Going to swirl into the product. What is this doing? What is this? Okay, I'm just going to apply this. I'm going to apply this into the crease of my eye, starting with the outer corner and working my way inwards. I'm going to take this quite high up just because I want something for the shadows to easily blend with this, because this will be a dramatic makeup look. I've got you guys zoomed out just so you can kind of see what the whole look will look like. With this shade I'm kind of blending it out into a point at the corner of my eye to begin that really sharp kind of cat eye look that she has. She is just unreal. I'm obsessed with her at the moment, she's so beautiful. The next shade I'll be taking is this one right here, also from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the one Rich Brown. I'll be taking this on my MAC 217 brush. This is so old, so the name has rubbed off the brush. I'm just going to take a teeny little bit of the shadow and then apply this in the like outer crease of my eye, starting right there, and then just kind of building it up slowly, really taking my time with blending here. So I'm making this look somewhat wearable, but this is just such like a striking makeup look. It's really cool. It looks very superhero-y. Gonna take a little bit more. And then kind of like blend that into the outer corner. From what I can see, so she's really trying to emphasise the green that she's got on with the makeup look, and it does look stunning. So I'm just going to take that quite high on the crease kind of section of my eye, like above it. So as you can see, it looks quite messy at the moment, but it will look really nice later on, I promise. Well, I'm hoping it will. I haven't finished the makeup look, but what I'm going to do now is take a teeny bit more of that burnt orange shade on the Sigma E40, but just because it's getting incredibly intense and I don't feel comfortable with it just for work. I mean, if you want to, then rock it. If not, then don't. But I'm just going to take a teeny bit of that and just go over the top of the rich brown shade. Then on my Sigma E25 blending brush, I'm going to take a teeny bit of this black shade right here. It's going to blow away any glitter that's gone onto it from this shade and just kind of like touch like the tip of the shadow brush into it. This is very pigmented. I'm just going to apply this right in that outer corner area. Right here, just to kind of like help to darken things up a little bit before we apply the green shimmery shades, and then kind of like swirl it on the outer corner just to really darken things up. Not that it isn't dark already, but you get my point. Then I'm just going to go in with that little blending brush to kind of give it a smooth blend over. I'm actually going to go in with the brush that had a rich brown on it and just kind of touch up here. I feel like it's darker here on this side than this one. I'm debating whether to do like a cut crease kind of vibe and like pull up some concealer here and then put the green shade on top. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so for the concealer of this kind of cut crease sort of look, I'm going to apply the Makeup Revolution Concealer and Define Concealer just to the brush of this. I've completely run out of this concealer, so I'm just getting like the remaining like scraps on the brush. I'm just going to apply this to the lid and then kind of like look up like that, and it will do like a nice line for you. I'm mixing my words up today more than usual. Like that, and then you just curve your brush around and that will create an easy cut crease 5. I'm calling it cut crease because it will probably like blend together a little bit because of how much shimmer we're going to put on the eye. But that is the desired look. And then in this section I'm just going to pull downwards, and then I'm going to get the shadow brush that had rich brown on it. Take a teeny bit on like the side of the brush of rich brown, tap off the excess, and then just going to kind of like tap that over the joining of the edge of this side of the eye. Do a little wriggle over the top. This will help to blend it in really nicely. So for the lid colour, I shall be taking the shade Mermaid from the Anastasia Beverly Hills single shadows. This is just a palette that I have of their shadows. Now I'm just going to use this random like eyeshadow brush, spray on some fixing spray, primer, water, anything like that. And then I'm going to go into the shade Mermaid right here, just load it up onto the brush and then pack it onto that concealer section. This looks way more blue than in the picture, so I think I'm going to add some green over the top. Okay, so now that that eye is kind of like blue, I'm going to make this eye blue, and then we can fix it and make it more green. So after playing around, I've kind of like fixed the makeup look, if you will. Just kind of like added a green on top and then added the glitter. I think it looks a lot better. This is a lot brighter of a a lot brighter of like a greeny blue than the picture, but I really like it. It's kind of like glittery, smoky to extra smoky, so yeah. So what I did was I took the shade Humid from my old school MAC palette. If you were like a beauty YouTuber or even watched beauty videos back in the day, I'm talking like 5-6 years ago now, you had to like own one of these palettes and like fill it up. That was like the goal. I did put all my pocket money towards this and I love it. I don't use it as often as I should. It has some really like old school shadows in here. So I'm just taking the shade Humid on this Sigma E55 eye shading brush. I'm just literally just going to pack this on top of that Mermaid shade just to kind of make it actually more green than it is blue. So once that kind of like green is packed on, it looks a lot more green. I want to add some glitter, so I'm going to take this shade here from the Urban Decay Moon Dust palette. I love this palette. It's perfect for like just jazzing up your makeup looks. It's kind of got like that duochrome effect. It's really pretty. So I'm taking the shade Light Year, which I used in my Christmas glam makeup look. Even though it's not Christmas, if you do want to see like a green glittery smoky eye, then you can have a little look on my channel and you can watch that tutorial. But yeah, I'm just taking this on a flat synthetic brush and packing this on my eye, starting from the inner like kind of corner, if you will. Doesn't matter if you go above that line with the green, because I'm making this more of like an inspired kind of smoky look. Now I think I'm going to pop on some mascara. Can't really tell if she's wearing liner in the picture. I'm going to opt out of it. I'm going to curl my lashes. Where is my lash curler? So I found my lash curler. I'll be curling. I literally cannot talk today. Curling my eyelashes, give them a good old squeeze. So I'm just going to apply some mascara. This is the L'Oreal L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. For lashes, she doesn't seem to have big dramatic ones on, so I've recently just got these yesterday. These are the Morphe Sunset Boulevard lashes. I've never tried Morphe lashes before. They look very similar to like Ardell Wispies, so I'm just going to pop these on and I shall be right back. So I've just popped the lashes on. I also put a tiny bit of liquid liner along the lash band just to help it blend in a little bit. Now I'm just going to put some black liner right under cannot talk today. I'm just going to take some black eyeshadow under the lower lash line on a MAC 239 brush. Once I've tapped off the excess, I'm just going to apply it right under the eye. Ooh, look up, and it's really carefully brush to about 2/3 in of the eye. Then I'm going to take the brush that had the shade Burnt Orange on it and kind of like smudge that out. Now the eyes are done, very glittery and smoky. I'm going to move on to the face, and she has a very like luminous but flawless complexion. So for that, I'm going to take the MAC Strobe Cream in the shade Gold Light just to add some luminosity to the skin. I'm just going to squeeze some of that into my hands. A little bit too much, but it doesn't matter because we can always take it down the neck. So I'm just going to warm it up into my fingers and then just kind of like massage it into the skin. This is going to help as a primer as well and just make the foundation look really luminous and lovely. Get some in your hair, that's it, that's what you want to do. And then just kind of take it down the neck as well, just to add some moisture. Once that is massaged into the skin, I'm going to take the shade 130 from Maybelline. This is the Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I love this foundation. If you're after a really cheap, like fairly full coverage foundation, this is your one. Just squeeze that out onto a beauty blender and apply this all over my face using my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. Apply quite a lot of it because she has a very full coverage, but you can always build up as you go along. This foundation just oxidizes teeny bit, but not too much that it's going to make you look super orange. Just going to blend that all over my face. When it gets to this section, what I'm going to do is take the point of the sponge and just slowly sweep upwards and then pat over it, and that will create that really sharp edge that she has with her makeup. She looks very bronzed in the picture, so I'm going to take the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Beautiful Bronze, kind of to contour but also just to bronze, because my favourite Stick to Flawless foundation from Anastasia is a lot more cool toned, so this will add some colour to the skin as well as a contour. I'm just going to squeeze some of that out. I'm running out of this now. There we go. Okay, later's going to come out to apply this around the forehead, kind of like around the cheekbone. There's a lot on my forehead, so it's going to be quite difficult to blend out, but we will make it work. A little bit down the sides of the nose just to kind of like add some shape to the face. Blend it out using the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I'm going to start with the side that has the less product on it, just because I don't want to like go in with a really brush full of contoury bronzer stuff. Can blend that out even onto the cheekbone. Then go in with the temple area. For concealer, she has very like bright under eye. The rest of the face just kind of looks illuminated. So for concealer, I'm going to take my Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer in the shade Ivory, and then just apply this to my chin, like in the middle of my forehead, a little bit here, and the tip of the nose. Then I'm also going to be applying it quite heavily under the eyes, especially because you've got such a smoky dark eye. You really want to brighten the under eye, otherwise it ends up looking a little bit vampy, which is good for Halloween but maybe not so much for the red carpet. Just going to take my sponge and blend out the chin section in bouncing motions because we don't want to move around the product too much, and then the tip of my nose, and then my forehead. So it's coming together now. I feel very glamorous. I'm going to blend under my eyes, starting with the edges and then working my way inwards. Okay, so now we need to set this all into place. I'm just going to take my Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder. This is in the shade Transparent. So I'm just going to take this on a Spectrum's Collections powder brush and set my face. So I need to add some serious bronzing to this look. As you can see, I'm a lot paler than Ashley. Obviously, she's got a more olivey skin tone than me. I am naturally very fair, and the camera washes me out. But I'm just going to apply some bronzer. This is the Freedom Makeup Bronzer. I'm going to apply this very heavily on my cheekbones, on my temples, top of the forehead, on the Real Techniques blush brush. just going to apply some just kind of across like the middle section of my nose. For my brows, I'm going to set them in place using a teeny bit of the Auburn brow gel. No particular reason why Auburn, it's just the first one I picked up. It really doesn't matter that much. I just want to kind of get rid of any powder residue in my eyebrows and make them stay in place, you crazy brows. I'm also going to apply some mascara over the lashes just to help blend them in a little bit, and then on my bottom lashes. So for lips, she's got like a baby pink, like shimmery lip, kind of not shimmery but like glossy lip. So I'm going to go for the MAC lip liner in the shade Boldly Bare. I'm just going to pop some lip balm on first just to add some hydration to my lips. Wipe off the excess, and then I'm just going to apply the lip liner. Then just to make the lip last a little bit longer, just going to fill in my lips. And then for the gloss, I'm taking the shade Amber from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's kind of like the closest one I can spot that I have. I don't want to apply too much, just a little bit. This is maybe too nude. I'm gonna roll with it. She definitely has some blush on. It's quite low slung around this section. The blush I'll be taking for this is the shade Rendezvous from Makeup Geek. Just going to take this on my Zoeva 126 Luxe Cheek Finish brush. Just tap a little bit onto the brush. It's quite pigmented. Tap off the excess and then apply it on my cheeks. Really, really soft hand. And then just to blend everything out together, I'm going to take my blush brush and just go over the top of it all. I can't tell if she has highlighter on, but I want to put highlighter on. The highlighter I'll be taking is the Amrezy highlighter from Anastasia Beverly Hills, in collaboration with Amrezy. I just absolutely love it. I think it's gorgeous. I'm taking this on my Zoeva Luxe Powder Fusion brush and just applying this on my cheekbone. A little bit kind of like above brows, like the teeniest bit, like I'm barely touching the skin. And a little bit just to the tip of my nose. So this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. It was kind of like an inspired look, so we didn't really know if it was going to go well. I really like this makeup look. It's not something that I'd usually go for because of like the green with the pink lips. That's something I used to wear a long time ago, but it looks absolutely beautiful on her. I'm looking at her picture right now. I'm just obsessed with her at the moment. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. It would mean the absolute world. And I shall see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.